Well, with 65 days left in the Trump presidency, we learned today of the development of a new vaccine against the coronavirus with test results that Dr. Anthony Fauci says, quote, are as good as it gets. Those are Anthony Fauci's words. That news makes the delay in the beginning of the official transition to the Biden administration a deadly delay, because it is the Biden administration that will be distributing vaccines to you, not the Trump administration. We will not have widespread distribution of vaccines in this country until sometime next year, when Joe Biden is president and Kamala Harris is vice president, and delaying the Biden team's access to the development of distribution plans of the vaccine will mean a delay in the delivery of the vaccine to the people who need it to stay alive.
What do you see as the biggest threat to your transition right now, given President Trump's unprecedented attempt to obstruct and delay a smooth transfer of power?
More people may die if we don't coordinate. If we have to wait until January 20th to start that planning, it puts us behind over a month and a half.
In a country where the current president is fond of calling the news media the enemy of the people because they tell the truth about him, what should we call Emily Murphy? Joe Biden said more people may die if we don't coordinate, and the only reason they are not coordinating, transitioning, is Emily Murphy. She is the reason. Emily Murphy is the reason more people may die. Emily Murphy is the Trump-appointed head of the General Services Administration. She has the sole legal authority to ascertain, that's the legal word, ascertain the apparent winner in a presidential election. And she can sign a document that begins the transition process. Donald Trump does not have that power. Emily Murphy does. Forget about Donald Trump. He's a hopeless case. We know that. But fortunately for the country, we have actually reached the legal point where none of this is up to Donald Trump. None of the transition. It doesn't matter that yesterday Donald Trump tweeted that he won, that he tweeted he won when talking about Joe Biden, meaning Joe Biden won. And then later he tweeted, I concede nothing, with an exclamation point, so he must really mean it. And then he tweeted, I won the election. None of the Trump Twitter nonsense matters, because we have what the law calls an apparent winner. And that's in the definition of apparent winner in the transition law. There is not a single court challenge anywhere in the country that can reverse the outcome of the vote in any state. And so the apparent winner, Joe Biden, is going to be the certified winner in each of the states where he is the apparent winner. And then he is going to be the winner of the Electoral College on December 14th. And Emily Murphy has been violating the transition law every single day since November 7th, when Joe Biden officially became the apparent winner. Emily Murphy took an oath of office in her job, as she has done for other Republican staff jobs she's had in Washington. And Emily Murphy is violating her oath of office every day. And now she's doing it not just in denial of the will of the people as expressed in a Democratic vote, but she's doing it in a way that Joe Biden says more people may die. ABC News reported today that Emily Murphy is looking for a job because Emily Murphy knows Joe Biden is going to be president on January 20th. And while Emily Murphy's looking for a job, she obviously does not care how many people might die, because she has already delayed the transition over a week. Emily Murphy is going to find a job. She's going to find a very high-paying job in a big corporation run by Republicans who won't have the slightest qualm about the way she broke the law to please Donald Trump, who yesterday tweeted, "Great job, Emily." Donald Trump had to reach back to one of Emily's tweets of over a week ago that had nothing to do with the election, just to tag those words, "Great job, Emily," yesterday. He chose yesterday to say, "Great job, Emily," because Emily was doing for Donald Trump exactly what he wanted her to do, which is breaking the law. And Emily Murphy is going to get away with it. That's how this works. She's going to get away with it. And corporate America will make her rich, and her name will be forgotten. because the crimes against humanity by Donald Trump are so overwhelming, so dazzling, that all the blame always goes to him. It wasn't always this way. We used to be able to remember more than one criminal name in a horror story. We were able to remember more than one name after World War II. We were able to remember more than one name when Richard Nixon resigned the presidency, and 48 members of the Nixon administration were convicted of crimes. Emily Murphy loves that everyone is blaming Donald Trump for what she and she alone is doing, and she alone has the authority to do, and she knows that she will get away with it. The most charitable label that you could give Emily Murphy now is enemy of the voters. She is refusing to carry out the voters' expressed will as required by law.
Trump's Twitter feed doesn't make Joe Biden president or not president. The American people did that. What we really want to see this week, Chuck, is the General Services Administration issue that ascertainment so we can start to do the kinds of things you and I talked about a few minutes ago. Meet with these vaccine officials, kind of get the intelligence briefings for the president-elect, the vice president-elect.